Attend another episode with Angela Lapetina Presents and also on Radio Illuminate. I have a special guest. He is Jaime De Anda, and he also has a band with Los Furiosos. He has over 40 years in music industry, and he started playing at the age of 6 years old. And his professional career started at the age of 15. He has the opportunity to perform with all the creative talents like Juan P. Moreno, Bobby Pulido, Rigo, Navaira, Little Joe, Tony Guerrero, A.G. Castillo, just to mention a few. He officially started a new chapter of his career recently in 2019 with the innovative music style by embarking solo career provide him with the artistic freedom that he's working so hard for over the years. He is playing Tejano music, and you will be amazing. And for those people that are in the film industry, I strongly recommend to listen and watch the whole interview, because this fantastic man, I've been fan since I was a kid, and I know the quality of the music that he has. And now that his new chapter, his music take you at a different level. Hi, Jaime. Thank you for attending my show. This is an honor for me to have you on Angela Lapetina Presents. How are you?
Oh, hi. No, it's my pleasure. I'm glad we finally got to make this happen. I'm excited. I'm excited for you, what you're doing, and for our music and everything. And of course, for all the fans out there that do know who I am, Jaime De Anda. Thank you for the support for so many years. And
thank you.
Let's see what we can. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. He's very humble and very I can have no words, and you will see on pieces of this interview his music and his solo song that he released on last year. But before providing all this information to know better who is Jaime De Anda, I would like to ask you, Jaime, what inspired you to become a musician?
Well, my dad, not realizing that he was a mechanic during the week, and on the weekend he played the saxophone. And my mom was always having me be with your dad, be hanging out, being with my dad on the weekends. And they had a small band playing every weekend, and listening to the music so much, listening to it and falling asleep. I guess because I was so young and little. But I enjoyed listening to it so much, not realizing that, wow, this is something huge or something beautiful to get involved with. So it was really my dad.
Yes, and why Tejano music? Why that music style?
You know, throughout the years, our music has been classified as conjunto, of course, for classical. When I grew up with my dad, they had a conjunto band, but it was only three musicians, so it was bajo, accordion, and drums. So there was no bass player. So I listened to the accordion so much, and I listened to it where I loved polkas. Oh my God, because you know the accordion has so much to offer in music, and I never thought that from being a drummer, I would be able to play the accordion and realize how important the accordion is in each band or each group or each style. And throughout the years, it was Tex-Mex, it was conjunto, traditional conjunto. Then they started calling it Chicano music. And then when they got into Tejano music, I was wondering why the Tejano music. I guess I was thinking Texas, Tejanos. But it changed because of bands were starting to add, synthesizers, pianos, and started adding, guitars, making it change. The music changed so much. But me consider being conjunto / Tejano, I wanted to stick to my roots. I wanted to stick with it, and I thought the accordion is a fascinating instrument and very hard to learn.
Exactly, yes. And I want to point people the accordion. There are many types. There are in Argentina they have the small ones and the big ones with the piano style. And in France they also use the accordion as an instrument. But in particular, the Jaime plays with. What was the name of that traditional accordion? Is with a lot of features. Is the hardest one.
They call it Titanic.
Is the hardest.
It's a button accordion. They call it.
Yes, and actually, friends of mine that are from Argentina and from France, when they listen to your music, they say he mixes like a little rock, and the traditional music style, and this is something that's very. You make more innovative the traditional Tejano music. That's awesome.
I guess that was the main excitement about learning the accordion too. That I didn't realize, but there wasn't hardly any young generation kids that would listen to our music back then. Because I grew up with the traditionals like Narciso Martinez, Paulina Bernal. I listened to Roberto Perez. I grew up with a lot of the older generation conjuntos, and the young generation, they weren't coming out, so they didn't get into it. So I felt like I was the only pretty much young kid with the accordion playing. But I love dancing. I love dancing a lot. I started dancing with my sisters a lot to the music and enjoying the music even more and thinking, what could we do to bring kids, the next generation, the young generation, to like our music? And I noticed that one of your questions was like, why Pájaro Negro, the classical songs like Yolanda, that I've grabbed, and I've heard through so many years. I've heard these songs growing up, and I thought, bringing it today, grabbing songs from back then, classical songs, for the new generation to enjoy the way it is today. That's why we started doing rock and adding all kinds of things. My dad first said, "What are you doing? What are you doing to the music? You're doing so much. You're changing." Because my dad was old school. He was classical. Yes. And he was like, "I don't know, but you're doing too much and this and that." I know, Dad, but give me a chance. I mean, it's something different and something new, because he still played the bajo with us. So I guess I was going a little bit too advanced for him. He was like, "No, I don't know what you're doing. You're doing too much or this and that, and we need to keep it simple." I said, "I will. I'll keep it simple, of course," because throughout the years of learning, wherever you travel, there's different ways that people dance, how they enjoy the music, how people like music only, how people like a show band, how people like a show and music. I've learned the different styles to use in different territories, especially the Valley. The Valley, oh my God, they love to dance. My dad said, well, if you make it in the Valley, if you're talking Brownsville all the way to Laredo, if you make it in the Valley, then you're doing something right. Yeah. And when I first started going to Laredo, Casablanca, and places, I was so nervous and thinking, what's going to happen? Are they going to enjoy it? But the crowd that came out for the first time, I got 15 or 16, when they came out and excited and wanted to know what was going on, what we were doing with the music, made a big impact. for the young generation. So I said, see that? It's working, you know, the young generation is coming out, you know. But he kept telling me, but don't forget the classical, don't forget us, old school, don't forget to play the polkas the way they go, you know, the waltzes, the keys, you know, the traditional music. So
Yes.
it's been a an exciting adventure learning.
Yes, and I give you that testimony because I was those types of generation that don't pay attention to the classical traditional Tejano music until my brother told me about you in the 90s. And I was so amazed. I remember, ¿Cómo te llamas, Paloma, Pájaro Negro? And I like it. I can feel this is with a lot of innovation, style. And I was, and I enjoy your shows. And you make me as a person, you make me forget about anything to disconnect everything and just full concentrate connect with your music.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank you. That is true. That is true. When you go see, you know, when I started with the conjunto music, we were everybody was, you know, just stood there playing and playing and studying. I know it's not easy to move, but since I was learning to dance a lot, dancing, I thought, I wonder if I could do that with the accordion, you know. I wonder if I could dance around and not to mess up with the accordion and get coordinated. And believe me, I practiced a lot at home, like doing some steps and moving around, slipping and falling and missing notes. It took years of practice, but it became popular by people recognizing that, you know, conjunto is not just, oh, now conjunto is like, wow, what are they doing? You know, so much excitement gets their interest that they're focusing on not just the music, but also a show to see. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring, conjunto is not just, I used to hear, because I would go to schools, or go to schools and talk on career days. And I recorded an 8-track. I have an 8-track when I first started recording, and kids were like, "Sir, what is that? What is that?" So that's an 8-track, you know. A what? An 8-track, you know. Back then, you know, there were 8-tracks and became cassettes and then albums, 45s and, you know, CDs. Oh, you can tell that, you know, they never seen that before, but realizing that how it changes, you know, it changed. We got to add, and I wanted to dance with the music, with the accordion, because I thought, you know, now it's exciting playing on stage, not just standing there, because I don't want them to think, well, conjunto, yeah, it's got that real simple. No, today it's like, wow, there's so much, you know, and not realizing that I inspired, because I give accordion lessons, I inspired a lot of bands that I talked to throughout the years that said, man, Jaime, you don't know what you've done, you know, you never thought we'd get into, you know, the accordion and bajo and stuff and this kind of music when we were growing up, but watching you throughout the years made us want to, you know, learn the accordion. So that all these bands today, I give thanks, and I'm glad they, you know, followed me back then, because there's a lot of young generation with talent today that I get to watch too, and it's exciting to see them now playing and thinking, I'm gonna do your steps on stage, I'm gonna dance like this, or I'm gonna do the crisscross that you always do and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, wow, that is so exciting to know that it's still going on.
Yeah, so hard. It's just simple, just singing and dancing is very hard. Singing, dancing, and playing, one of the hardest instruments in the world. Speechless.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice, but you know, it's, if you love music, you'll do whatever you can, and you know, music is a beautiful thing. And like you said, when you can go to a show and forget about everything and enjoy that moment, that makes me feel like I did my job. That's what it's
Exactly.
about.
No, I remember I was 14, 15 years old, and I was very anxious when my parents took me to Monterrey to visit my brother because he was residing over there. And I was so excited asking, do you know if Jaime is going to be in los bailes? He's going to be on the shows? That he's going to be in the shows? And he always take me. And it was for 18 years and older, but I was putting makeup and everything to pretend to look older.
And you're talking the 90s, that had to be like in San Nicolás,
San
in Monterrey,
Nicolás, en
had to be there.
Guadalupe.
El Rodeo de Suazua.
Sí,
Yeah,
sí,
remember that
yes,
one?
yes.
Oh my God, that was, those were the beautiful days too.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so
No,
much. I'm
yes,
glad you went
yes.
out there.
Yes, no, Jaime, you're an amazing artist, and I have a big admiration. And also, I remember that someone got an autograph that you signed it for me, a friend of mine, and I still keep it like a treasure. It's in my mom's house, but I'm gonna put it here on this on in the edition of this interview, and
Oh,
I
thank you.
keep it as a treasure.
All right, thank you, thank you.
Yes, and now you start your solo career. What is your feeling about this new project and your career?
I guess not realizing that you can still make changes when you take that extra step, when you try to make a move, when you try to do something more, or not, or realizing that I discovered that there's so much more I wanted to do back then. You know, having this kind of a solo career, you feel like, hey, I'm in charge. Okay, I want to do this. I want to try this. I'm gonna try so many styles. Some fans are gonna like it. Some fans are not gonna like it. Some fans are gonna think, "What are you doing?" Or "Why are you changing all your music?" Or you don't change overnight,
Mm-hmm.
but you do make changes when you say, "I'm bringing out new music." It has to be a
Exactly.
change. It has to be some kind of difference, you know. And in my latest one, when you heard "Vuelve por favor,"
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Gabe Zavala, when he brought the song, and we were talking in the studio, and they were telling me, "Okay, Jaime, here, remember, this is you. We want you to focus on yourself. Don't worry about, everything. Just try to focus on yourself." And it was something different now. Because I'm used to thinking, oh, or, the band, or what we're going to do, and we're going to dance, or what. No. Let's just focus on you. This is Jaime De Anda now. What do you think? I said, okay. I said, this is the cumbia. Think of it like, they told me, remember when you did Ex Novia?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
That style. He goes, think of that style. To get something like that, it's you in this cumbia. I said, so we're gonna focus on you. Where there's gonna be a change, of course. People are gonna think, what is he doing? But it has to be different. So we worked at it in the studio and worked at it. Myself, I was like, I don't know. I kept thinking, trying to get into the changes. But it is beautiful to know that you can still do something creative and think, yeah, okay, I like this. Now I can do things. Now I can
Exactly.
do more. I can show off my talent whatever I can. I can explore different ways. And this cumbia gave me the opportunity of saying, okay, solo career now. Yeah,
It's a
focus
solo
on Jaime.
career, yes. A beautiful video, and who is the beautiful model
That's my
dancing
wife.
with you? So
That's my
beautiful.
wife. Yeah, she's a good dancer. She can dance, and that's one thing that's great. That I wish we could go out to dances a lot, but it's hard because you can't be out in the crowd dancing out there if a lot of fans. I don't mind. Believe me, I don't mind taking pictures and signing autographs, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like my wife is like, well, I, I thought we were gonna dance. No. No, we will. But we had some opportunities when we dance. When we get out there, oh my God, it's like our own little world. 'Cause I can dance with her cumbias, guapangos, rancheras, and
Yes.
it's fun. It's fun to do that too, because it's fun to go dancing. It's been a while since
Mm-hmm.
we've done it, but it is. I get to feel both sides. The stage, how it feels, and then being out in the audience and dancing to music, enjoying, thinking, yes, it's a great feeling to have.
That's good.
But
No, I
yeah,
love.
she's
Yeah, I love the
She's the
videos
one that
of
came
it.
out in the video. In the video, thank you.
Oh yes, yes, and I'm pretty sure people over there and they will love the song because friends of mine that from the UK and from France they love Mexican music and
Awesome.
Tejano, and because I play once in a while few bands like for example La Mafia or Amy Quintanilla or artists like that,
Yeah.
and your music. But when I saw this song and I saw your video, I was no, I need to contact him. I don't know how, but I need
Thank
to contact him. And I found
um,
Julian. He was very kind, and we will have a conversation. And I see that you guys working have very good chemistry working together. So I'm so glad.
Thank you. Yes, it was hard to realize. Me and Julian talking about music and him growing up from his background with his family and stuff. We known each other, not knowing each other personally, but we knew each other through just music.
Yes.
Because I grew up with his dad and his uncle's bands too. So the combination is great. The combination because there's music involved. He's got background music, I do, and my wife has so many ideas of her own, thinking that wow, now you have so much. She she shares her ideas with me too because it gives me more to choose from. Oh wow, okay, maybe I could use this, or I could do that, or do it, And that's what it's good about. It feels good to know to go in the studio. What's gonna make the magical sound, make people enjoy the music? Because it's very hard. Believe me, when I'm in the studio, I'm always thinking, wow, are they gonna like this? Are they gonna accept this? And how many fans are going to accept it because of the changes? I like everybody else. When bands pick up at the beginning, it's hard because a lot of fans have been following the band for so many years, and it's like they think, it's like family. I had fans say, "Why did you do that?" Or "What's going on? You need to do this." Or a lot of fans take it personal because they like to tell you, "You need to do this," or "You shouldn't. Why would you do that?" They're like, "Well, I mean, things happen for a reason."
Exactly.
I understand it. Our fans they get so supportive and they feel that they're part of the band, because they've been there so many years. And I've got fans. I met one fan I played Saturday. He showed me a picture. She goes, "Look, this is me and you 26 years ago."
My autograph from 1996.
Wow. You see, so and it was good because I haven't seen it since I've been a solo career. I haven't seen it in a while, but it felt good to hear. Jaime, whatever you're doing great. You're doing the right thing. You still have my support. Congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing after everything that's going on, and that's a good feeling. It makes you feel good again. Yes, okay. Yes, I can keep going. Yes, that's another fan there. But it's exciting to know that the fans are still being supported.
Can you imagine how I feel, Jaime, in doing interview with you? The honor having you in my show.
Wow, thank you, and hearing your background and following me since Monterrey, I'm like, oh, she does know. Your history, then you follow, and that helps a lot. When the person that's interviewing the artist, it helps a lot that you know the background, that you know what's going on, or pretty much how to ask, the questions that are important for the fans, your listeners, or the people that are watching, to want to know about the artist, because it is true. A lot of times people don't know the artist completely or think who they are or only know what they hear, But this really gets it all out there and lets everybody know you're seeing it face to face and you know what's going on. So thank you, Angela, for what you're doing.
Thank you, Jaime. And that's an honor, and I will be honored always to promote your music with other part of the world. And so I can say thanks, Lord. He gave me this opportunity, and I'm very proud of my roots because I'm raised in Texas most of my life, and I feel very honored to promote people like you, and you're a great inspiration for me and for many other people, like you say, people that have been following in your career. And don't stop, Jaime, because I'm thinking the new roads that you're going is gonna give you surprises. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
Because you're an artist. You're an artist.
All right, thank you. Thank you. And go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Yes. And how was your experience working with A.B. Quintanilla?
Well, we it's been exciting. The first time we saw each other in the studio, because I wasn't sure it was. See, Julian told me we're gonna work on a new project, a new song. I saw him a while back at a private show that we were playing, and then there was gonna be a special band playing during the when we went on a break also. Well, I didn't know it was gonna be AB, his band. So they knew the family, they were related. So they played during the break. So when I saw him. And I was just kidding around, and I said, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, what's going on?" We started talking. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go back up. Would you like to play a couple of songs with me?" He goes, "Believe it or not, I've been practicing last night." I said, "What?" He was telling me, "I've been practicing last night. I practiced 2 songs. One of them, my favorite was, Como Te Llamas Paloma." He said, "In the cumbia, one of your cumbia songs." He said, I said, "You did?" He said, "Yeah, let's do it." So when we did that, fans were like, "Wow, what's going on?" I was like, "I can't believe he's on stage with me too," So we started talking after that. I said, "You know what? Why don't we do a project together?" It sounds good. And I'm always thinking, okay, well, that's how the conversation ended, and I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. So a couple of months later, that's when Julian said, "Hey, we're gonna be in the studio." I said, "What song?" "Well, wait, it's a surprise. We're gonna go work on a new project. Surprise, huh? We're going in the studio. I don't even know what the song is. I said, I feel like I'm going not even prepared. What's going on? He says, don't worry. It's okay. You'll be fine. I said, okay. I'm telling my wife, do you know what's going on? She's like, no, I don't know. And I think she does, but she didn't want to tell me. She's like, no, I didn't know. So when I got to the studio, it was like, I walked in, there was A-Beat. I went, what are you doing here? He goes, it's time to work on that project we were talking about. I said, for real? So we started talking, and you know, he's really a cool person, a nice person to talk to. When it's one-on-one, we were like having a conversation about how we grew up, how we never thought we'd ever had this opportunity of working together. He goes, I have this song here, Jaime, that I've thought about you because I've listened to your music all my life, and I remember how you did all your songs, and I was trying to get a pieces here, pieces there. So him and Mr. Pete Astudillo, they wrote this song together. So they got the idea of the songs. He goes, I got a little piece of here, and also his right-hand man, Mr. Gibb James, that he passed away afterwards. He got to be a part of this recording with me. But it was awesome knowing that we're working together on a project, and I'm thinking, wow, what can his style and my style, what are we going to come up with? What are we going to do? Finally, to do something creative. And I really loved it. It was a heck of an experience. And they're telling me, well, this is just the beginning.
Exactly.
So I'm excited to know what else we're going to do.
Exactly. You never know who's going to watch our interview and listen to your music and come up with a surprise. Yeah. And you're pretty sure you're going to tell me, Angela, I'm going to be in that series or piece or movie, or you never know. You never know.
That would be crazy, right? When you grow up as a kid, my dad would always say, well, what do you want to be? And I remember going to the circus, and clowns, they'd always make you laugh and stuff like that. And I told my dad, that's what I want to be. What? You want to be a clown? Are you kidding me? I said, that's what I told my dad when you're a kid. You don't know what you want to be. Yes, I want to make people laugh. I want to make people, I love to see that because it made it exciting for me. My mom was like, you're already a clown. You're silly at home and this and that. And I was making jokes. But, God does work in mysterious ways because it gives me the opportunity of having talent with the music, going on stage, able to talk to the crowd and interact with people. And I got to, make them laugh sometimes at the shows and do stuff and be silly and be myself. And I'm thinking, wow, I still can be that clown. Part of me's there,
Yes,
and with the music.
exactly.
So it's a lot of fun to know that growing up, you can be anything. And in the United States, of course, you can be anything. Dreams are good. Goals is what you want to have. And that's what's good. If you have talent, I say, why not show it off?
Exactly. It's like, for example, my podcast, and I start with a radio show. I got an invitation 2 years ago with the producer Martina Messer, and she asked me, oh, Angela, I would like for you to be part of my team on my radio. And the first thing I told her, my English is not 100%, and I feel intimidated because Spanish is my first language. And I will be honest with you, Jaime, at the beginning, I always sounds weird when I was speaking and having my shows. But es like we say in Spanish, hace más el que quiere que el que puede.
Exactly.
People who really wants to reach their dreams, I don't know how to translate in English,
You
but
can.
in reality,
Dreams are miracles. You can make it. Because,
Yes.
as you said about English, how do you think I felt the first time I went to Monterrey? I went, my Spanish is nothing like gente de Mexico. And
yes,
And you know what made it so, what broke the ice for me that made it exciting, that when I first went to Mexico, I was meeting a lot of fans. We had autograph sessions and talking with them. And they talked to me, oh, Jaime, ¿cómo estás? Que mucho gusto. I'm like,
what are you talking about?
they would talk to me like anything, and I would say, oh, la primera cosa, gracias, simple things to make them understand. And I would tell them, please excuse anything if I offended or I say a word wrong. Let me know. Tell me. Show me, what's the right way of saying it. Man, it let the fans say, oh, so, ¿sabes qué? They would tell me, we teach you Spanish, you teach us English. They would tell me. So
Yes.
we would always share words. They would always tell me, I mean, well, this word you say it like this. This word, because we talk Tex-Mex, we talk slang. We grew up at home, and my parents hardly taught us Spanish. They would always speak it, in front of us, but my dad, their mom, they were always talking. I was always listening, but trying to figure out. And growing up, listening to the songs, I didn't know what I was saying. I'm singing songs and learning Spanish at the same time would help. But when my dad said, well, now that you know how to play the accordion, I got my cousin involved, my nephew involved, playing with me. We started making a little band here. And we had another man sing because they didn't speak Spanish. So we had another man sing with us. So he started telling, well, now y'all got to learn how to speak Spanish, sing songs. I said, see that? But you never showed us. So going to Mexico, I was so scared, and feeling the fans of showing me how to, the correct words and this and that. It broke the ice that I go, I love coming to Mexico now. Me encanta la gente de Monterrey, todos allá del estado de Nuevo León. They're fantastic. When I go to Mexico, when I took my wife the first time, I said, when you go to Mexico, you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna see how much they enjoy. You're gonna see how they gonna stand. You're gonna hear them sing the songs more than what I was singing the songs. And that's the difference of going to different countries, how they enjoy it, And, United States, our fans, I love my fans here, but, sometimes they're chiflao, and they're where they see, I guess, the band so much that, oh, well, we'll see them next week, we'll see them next week, And when you go to different countries, you go once or twice a year.
Yes.
They hardly see you. So they're excited to see you. And that's the good thing. That's why I'm like, I can't wait, when we're going to go out of state again or to Mexico again, because I know that once we get up on stage, they are going to be excited and they're going to enjoy it. And that was a good thing. So I learned a lot in Mexico.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that they will fall in love with your new project because everything you do is perfect to me. It's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. And so can you tell us your tour plans? What are
You
your
know,
plans?
I've been talking to Julian. He's telling me they're planning on, Florida, shows in Florida, shows in California. Bands are now, first of all, of course, everyone was concerned about my health, making sure if everything was okay, to let them know that, am I going to be ready for the plans. And I'm saying, you just make the plans. I'll worry about, getting on stage. And I love it, because my dad was very active. So I wanted to be ready for the fans and be ready for our shows. Tours, the plans are, we got studio, we have shows coming in, of course, Texas, like I said, Florida. I can't wait to go back to Vegas. I did Vegas also. And, they're doing a lot of things now. They're talking about a lot of shows now out of state. So the tours are looking good. They're looking up. But
Awesome.
it's hard to say where exactly what dates or what, because they're like, okay, Jaime, we're talking way ahead of time. So let's get everything planned on your recordings and everything first and get everything set, and for sure, your health.
Yes.
You got to go up there and do it. And that's what I wanted the fans to know, that I'm ready. So I'm ready for all my tours.
I'm so glad that your health is improved and the most important, that you have a good spirit to move on and take care of yourself, which is most important. Take care of yourself and to be able to give more to your public, and of course, first of all, your family.
Yes, true, very true. Thank you so much.
Yes. And what advice you can share to the new musicians who want to start their career in this field?
Oh gosh, I talk to a lot of students and let them know that everyone has talent. Everyone's shy and scared. All I remember, one man did tell me this. His name was Tonel de la Rosa. His advice to me, which I always pass on to the young generation, was, whatever you do, try to make your own style. Try to be you. Try to be creative. And that's what's going to help you. And when he told me that, I thought, what does that mean? He goes, I can't tell you, but if you keep at it, you'll do it. You'll be recognized. And I understand, because I understand listening to Dona Rosa, Rembela, Mingos Saliva, Los Hubertos, the different bands. Mr. Paulino Bernard, Stephen Jordan, you hear all these bands. When you say their names, they have their own style.
Exactly.
Unique style. You can tell who's who. And that made sense. And finally, when I guess I got my style, little by little, he said, you'll know one day, you'll see, the fans will recognize you. And that's what I want to tell the young generation. Be yourself. Try to be creative. Try to create your own style. And that's what's important, because what's good about the stage is there's room for everybody out there, for everybody's talent to share with the world.
Exactly. So thank you for the advice. I always ask this question to all my guests because in different fields, some are filmmakers, others singers, others painters, and in general. So because also the purpose of the show is for inspirational purposes. So this helps for the new people who wants to reach their dreams. And how can
Yeah.
people follow and contact you, Jaime?
Well, of course, through my manager, the number is 210-573-1171. You can look us up on my fan page, on my Jaime De Anda y Los Furiosos, the fan page on Facebook. There's also Instagram, pretty sure Twitter. With all this technology, I hardly keep up with a lot of stuff, but I let my wife, to put out the information out there. But you can look me up, of course. And mainly, if you Google Jaime De Anda y Los Furiosos or Jaime De Anda, you can find me on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna be at the end of the video. If you can forward the information, I can put at the end of the
You know what?
video.
I'll do that. That's a good idea. Sure. I'll
Yes.
share the Instagram, all the information on Facebook and
Awesome,
everything.
awesome.
How to follow us. Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaime, for to allow me to do this interview with you. That's an honor. Thank you so much, and looking forward to do more interviews for your future projects.
Thank you. I would like to just share one last thing to all my fans out there.
Sure, of course.
About my health-wise, my health situation and stuff, because I've read so much comments out there, what's going on. I hear so many different stories. I hear about my emergency, what happened to me. Some of them are saying I had a stroke. Some of them are saying because of COVID. Well, neither one. It wasn't COVID. I didn't have a stroke or anything like that. It started from just an infection from a tooth that happened. And like we said, we never realized how important it is seeing a dentist or going to the doctor until it's too late. Well, the infection got so bad where the infection was going into my jaw and it was going into my windpipe. It was going to my lungs, and that's where my windpipe was closing up because of the infection. And when I was breathing less and less, and finally I told my wife to take me to the emergency, that's when they were explaining to me, this is something real serious that, it was saying to my wife, he has a 50-50 chance of making it or not, just from a simple tooth. We're like, wow, it got so bad. So the good thing that this happened back in December, and I was released on Christmas Day. I've gone to the doctor every day as much as I can now with appointments and checkups and all. And it's a good thing to know that he did all his blood tests in me and he checked everything, because as musicians we always we'll have a bad liver or a bad kidney or this and that. He told me, no, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? Your blood work came out great. Your liver's good. I said, your kidneys are good. It says, the gallbladder, everything looks good. I said, well, I drink a lot of water. My wife makes breakfast, but I do the dinner because I like to eat a lot of vegetables, take vitamins. I said, I cranberry juice, all these things that I take. He says, well, whatever you're doing, stay that way. You're on the right track. And that's going to help you heal even faster now. He says, everything is up to your body. However you feel, however you take care of yourself, is what's going to be about tomorrow. And that's how I feel right now. I feel excited to know that health-wise, gosh, I feel excited to know that I have so much to look forward to, so much to give to my fans, even more on stage. Sure, it's different because they're thinking, how Jaime is going to be today? I'm fine. I love to know that I'm still playing. I joined a new team of accordions. Yes. They're called Dino Buffetis. They're a new team. They got me accordions here that I love. I mean, they're beautiful instruments. And all I can say is, health-wise, look out. I'm almost 100. I would say maybe 100% already ready to go, because I already have shows already played. Like I played this past Saturday in Houston. I'm doing a lot of shows. And hopefully one day you'll see me in a movie. That'd be great.
You never know. You never know.
That
I'm
would
pretty
be
sure.
great.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I will see you. You have a light in your soul, and I see
that would be another dream come true. That would be crazy. That'd be exciting. That would be
I think we connect for a reason. I found
yes.
Julian, and Julian connected with you, and when I saw your latest video, and I saw that, then I told my husband, no, let me ask him for an interview. I want to be the first one for the and Tejano music, and don't tell anyone my favorite. My favorite.
What was the song? What was your favorite song back then?
To me, my favorite, I like El Tren, La Polka. I like so much that one, and I like Yolanda,
Oh, wow.
Yolanda, of course,
Yeah.
Exnovia,
Oh,
and
wow.
yes.
Wow. Let's see, you said in fan. I haven't played in a while.
Yes, I know I will see you soon. Okay. Thank you so much.
You.
I will see
Jaime
you.
De Anda,
Big
Jaime
hugs.
De Anda Furiosos. We'll see you next time. Be careful,
All
be
right.
safe.
Vete cuando quieras marcharte. Vete que no voy a robarte. Se te está haciendo tarde. Vete a ver quién te recoge. Un tonto que no te conoce. Corazón, te necesito tanto, por favor. Estoy esperando que tú vuelves a mí. Quiero tus besos sentir. Eres como un sueño que me hace feliz. Mi amor, siempre recuerda que aquí estoy. Yo te prometo que te voy a querer y sentirás otra vez esa tormenta de pasión y placer. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón. No te he olvidado. Fuiste mía y todavía siento amor por ti. No te he olvidado cuando te amo. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón. No te he olvidado. Tu recuerdo está en todas partes de mi habitación. No te he olvidado. Vuelve a mi lado. Vuelve por favor. Mi amor, siempre recuerda que aquí estoy. Yo te prometo que te voy a querer y sentirás otra vez esa tormenta de pasión y placer. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón. No te he olvidado.